Hello, welcome back to Under the Thorns, where we're figuring out what the freak is going on. Because I got beef with somebody. Oh no. Oopsies! Guys, what did I just do? Okay. Yeah, no. We're going to load. And we are on chapter 8. Yes, it's fine. Gosh, stress me out. Goodness. Okay, chapter 8. Okay, I gotta figure out what the heck's going on. Because I got beef with that one girl, and we gotta figure out what is happening. Ugh. With the spring ball approaching like a vibrant butterfly, the manor hummed with the arrival of musicians. Every day their melodies have woven into the very fabric of our lives. As they graced us with their final rehearsal, smiles blossomed on every face. Some, entranced by the music's spell, succumbed to its lullaby, murmuring dreamlike whispers as they closed their eyes. Wouldn't it be just heavenly to see a dashing gentleman in the moonlit waltz? I'd give anything to lose myself in a melody, my hand in a warm grip, feeling the feeling of the world melt away with every step. Though I harbored no such delusions myself, I grasped seductive power of a dashing young gentleman in a well-tailored waistcoat. After all, the townhouse balls of yore, those glittering mirages spun from tulle and candlelight, had etched the truth onto my heart. A playground for dreams, they were, yet a cage nonetheless, their splendor masking the cold bars of societal hierarchy. Alice, bless her for trying, sought to tempt her expectations without extinguishing a spark of anticipation entirely. Miss Queller, side-eyed, mumbled something about us amusing ourselves later. Hence the distinct lack of sparkle in Alice's voice. Yeah, because we don't like Miss Queller. I think that's her name, right? Yeah, we don't like her. I know you don't like me. You want to fight me. I want to fight you. As her pronouncement punctured their bubble of dreams, the younger servants responded with a flurry of hand claps and disapproving blinks, the playful gesture falling to mask the dampened smiles and downcast eyes. That is not enough. Just think. A gown that shimmers like starlight lost in a waltz with a gentleman whose eyes hold untold promises. Wouldn't that be everyone's dream, Clara? Okay, girl. Huh? Me? Nah, not my scene. Girl, please, if Edward came down here, you know you would. You know you would. Uh-huh. But surely with your closeness to the Lord, a waltz with him would be nice. Winky face, winky face. The newly arrived servants seemed to labor under the curious misapprehension that I enjoyed to some degree of intimacy with the lord of the manor. Girl, yes you did. I offered a wary smile, the absurdity of the situation painting my lips with amusement. Girly Pop, you literally got drunk with him. Anyways, in truth, there was nothing between Edward and me beyond a unilateral concern that, I confess, often spilled over into my meddlesome anxiety. My offers of assistance, invariably refused, had somehow blossomed into a local misunderstanding. Girly Pop, please, you want him bad. At least I do. And I'm playing you. So therefore, we want him bad. Thankfully, Alice intervened with a voice that broomed no dissent. Certain things are better left undisturbed. Now get back to work. All right. We're leaving. Clara, there's still quite a bit left to clean in the mausoleum, isn't there? Yeah, I suppose I should get back to it then. Just don't stay out too late. Does she know something? Does she know what we know? Do y'all know what I know? That's what I want to know. Alice pivoted away, her silence now worlds apart from her previous pronouncements on perils of my proximity to Edward. A quiet thank you slipped from my lips before I rose, gathering my cleaning supplies with a new-found purpose. Behind me, a soft sigh ruffled the air, followed by the whisper of her fingers against her hair. As I distanced myself from the hum of servants' quarters, I stepped into the sun-dappled embrace of the courtyard. A new song, light as a butterfly's kiss, alightened upon the familiar tune. Somewhere nearby, a lone violinist spun silken threads of a melody, painting the air with unseen colors. Like a child entranced by the Pied Piper's flute, I felt my steps quicken, drawn inexorably towards the source of this captivating magic. I bet it's gonna be Edward. Or maybe it's Brandon. Who is this? My heart jolted as I rounded the corner, the sight of a figure in white and blue sending a spark of recognition through me. My man! It's my husband. Right here. And he will play music for me, of course. An eternity seemed to have stretched before our last encounter, as I stood there watching him. I felt as if an unseen thread drew his consciousness toward mine. Lids heavy with reverie, his eyes fluttered open, their familiar blue meeting mine. Sorry.
Konnichiwa, Clara.
Hi, Clara. Hey. Hey, Pookie. His words, devoid of inflection, echoed hollowly in my ears. Yet a smile, a reflex more of a habit, or some hidden hope. Girl, a hidden hope for reals. You're in denial. Denial is a river in Egypt. You are in love with the man. Bloomed on my lips. You know how to play the violin? I do. It's a faint echo of my youthful pursuits. Of course he knows how to play the violin. He's a noble. Will you be playing at the New Year's party? No, these melodies are best enjoyed in private. With the final note drifted away, Edward stowed the violin. On a whim, I lifted the broom, hoping its humble form wouldn't shatter the fragile connection. I just happened to be heading to clean the mausoleum. Yeah. Cleaning can wait. I mean, we must listen to our boss, you know. We must. Like, as we should. Girl, don't ask questions. Why? There is no way we asked that. Girl, do you not want to spend time with him? You got drunk with him. And you snuck into his room, and you snuck out to go see him. And you defend him to everybody. And you spend a lot of time with him. So I don't understand. The musicians are tuning up by the mausoleum for the party. Oh. Their dedication bordered on the fantastical, practicing all morning without a shift in their positions. With the sunset, their only respite, I felt a weary acceptance settle in. A nod confirmed my intention to retreat, but before I could turn, Edward's hand reached out. Do you have a moment to talk? Yes, of course, anything for you. Caught off guard by the unexpected shift in his demeanor, I faltered, my mind scrambling to reconcile his abrupt friendliness. Girl, shut up. He placed the cleaning tool beside the violin, its mundane form stark against the polished wood, and extended a hand, gesturing toward the destination unknown. Girl, y'all are both just in love with each other. Like, shut up. Reaching a window that framed the courtyard in a verdant tableau. We paused. The silence stretched thin between us. My fingers fluttered against the worn fabric of my skirt, buying me a few precious moments to marshal my thoughts. Do you feel like sharing a chat today, Edward? Your thoughts seem quiet.
いつかはそう言って歩かなかったのに。
Quiet perhaps, but never closed to your voice, Clara. Last time felt a bit tangled. I worry I pushed too hard.
不快なことではなかった。ただ複雑だった。
No pushing, merely a delicate knot waiting to be unraveled at its own pace. Anyway, can't stop smiling. His stoic calm suggested a storm weathered and an equilibrium restored, his eyes drawn to a manor house where veiled with soft melancholy.
クララ、僕は邸宅の主になったのだから、ここに満足しながら生きていこうと思う。
Fate dealt me this deck, Clara, and the manor is my dealt hand. Though it is not the card I wished for, I'll play it with grace. Edward's voice, laced with peculiar resolve, drifted from the windows as he observed the scene below. Musicians and servants, a hive of activity preparing the manor, danced under his unwavering gaze. The distance between the lively scene and the intensity in his eyes triggered a disquiet in me. A disquiet I maxed with a strained smile. I see your mind is settled then.
だから君に言いたいことがあるんだ。
Yes, and there's something else I wanted to tell you. What is it? His eyes, briefly searching mine, retreated into its distant landscape of his mind. He batted an unseen dill with a final shake of his head and a silent decree.
今ではなく、いつか話すよ。
Not now, perhaps, but someday soon. Okay, what do you gotta tell me? Just tell me now. You're pushing things to the future again.
僕の持病だよ。
It's a notorious habit of mine, I'm afraid. Edward slumped by the window, his silence dividing us like a tangible curtain. The music snaked through its folds. The air thickened with an uncomfortable silence, pressing down on me as I wrestled with the urge to break it. So, the ball. It's coming up soon, isn't it? Can't wait to see the manor all decked out. Yes, preparations are underway.
もう残りわずかだよ。
Well, with you at the helm, this ball will truly be magical. The folly of my pronouncement hit me like a rogue wave, its echo a cruel mirror to the very gossip I had disdained. How foolish am I! Shame painted my cheeks as I clamped my tongue and squeezed my eyes shut, longing for the earth to swallow me whole. Not that I didn't.
ねえ、僕と踊らない？
Would you care to dance? Yes. For the rest of my life, I will dance with you. My brain, jolted like a startled deer, sputtered to a standstill. His unexpected proposal hung in the air. His slow, deliberate approach towards me amplified the silence, each measured step an echo, frantic hammering in my chest.
舞踏会も大したことないよ。知り合い同士で踊って騒ぐだけだ。
Balls aren't much, just a bunch of people dancing and talking amongst themselves. That's what makes it great. Girl, you didn't answer his question. Dance with him. If you say no, I'ma beat you up. Like, don't play. A curious smile bloomed on Edward's lips as he tilted his head. His hand hovered into the space between us like an invitation. He's like, are we dancing or not? May I have the honor of this dance, my lady?
一曲踊りませんか？
Yes, you may. Sure? My hand in offering, surrendered in the heat of the moment, met Edward's in a warm clasp. With a gentle tug, he drew me closer, his lips brushing my ear as he whispered. What did he whisper?
クララ、僕の足を踏んでもいいよ。
I'm sorry. My jaw is just on the floor. I can't. The music whispers the steps, Clara. Just listen to its rhythm and trust your instincts. Okay, well, my instincts are telling me to get married, so let's go to the chapel. Quit! Oh my gosh, wait, no, we're so cutie pie. Look at us! Look at us! Okay, I'm done crashing out. This is so cute. Can this last forever?
だからゆっくり僕についてきて
I'm here to lead you through the golden melody. Drawn by the irresistible tug of his eyes. I couldn't tear my gaze away as Edward closed the distance between us. Bathed in the warm sunlight, the empty corridor became our secret dance floor, waiting for our whirl of a stolen waltz. Glimmers crowned his hair, sparks danced in his eyes with each step we jointly took. Lost in the whirlwind of our impromptu waltz, we shattered the sunbeams into a binding light. Yes, I'm skipping that word because there ain't no way I'm pronouncing that crap. Stolen steps, stolen glances, a fairy tale spun itself right before our eyes. A dream born in stolen moments. With each misstep, a light stumbled against his foot. I stumbled into another rhythm, my smile blooming despite the clumsiness. This was an unheard of dance, a shared secret woven into the fabric of an ordinary hallway. 2, 3 turns across the sun-dampened floor, and then the music stopped. We stood apart, a hesitant silence hovering between us. I smoothed my rumpled dress, taking a step back to gauge his reaction, his eyes mirroring my uncertain smile. He was reading me, searching for an echo of this unexpected waltz in my expression.
どうだった
How'd you find the waltz? That's not what you mean. You want to know how bad I want you. A pulse of his hand against mine sent my own heart into a hummingbird frenzy, yet with each dizzying turn, a blush bloomed across my face like a forbidden secret. It didn't matter if I loved the waltz or stumbled through it. The urge to flee, to hide this newfound joy in solitude of my own thoughts, grew with every beat. She's so me-coded though, like I'm getting mad at her, but like I would be so much worse. Like I'd be avoiding everything. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like I just crash out. I'm like, and then I'm like, okay, now I must hide because I don't know how to deal with this. Thank you for the dance. I need to go do that thing. You know, that thing I definitely have to do. Clara? Oh my gosh, Clara, no. I, unable to bear the heat of his amused gaze, bolted like a startled rabbit. And just like that, gone. Edward, surprised, call echo behind me. But I wouldn't dare myself to turn back. Nope, we're running, okay? I want to be mad at her, but I'd do the same thing. I'd be gone like that. Edward's gracious moves remained echoed in my mind for the rest of the day. But the glint of the metal from those abandoned tools nestled innocently beside the violin was far less welcome reminder. Dawn and Olivia's volcanic tongue were mere hours away. With a clenched jaw, I tiptoed into the darkness, determined to avoid the eruption before the sun rose. Stupid, you stupid! Crushing on Edward could wait. It has to. My heart drummed across my ribs as I scanned the darkness, searching for any sign of Olivia's hooded figure. Oh yeah, we trying to catch our op because she doing something to our poor man, and I need to know what it is. The absence was eerie, but a blessing. All right, back to your rightful place. I snatched the cleaning tools, their metal cold against my skin, and jumped back against the wall as a rustle pierced the silence from within the mausoleum. Olivia or Edward, and neither was an encounter I craved. With a gulp, I decided to peek. Peering cautiously through the doorway, I was relieved to find Edward standing beneath the pale moonlight. Yeah, because we don't want to talk to Miss Queller. I think that's her face. Olivia, Miss Queller, are those the same person? I don't know. I don't want to talk to the red-headed girl. She make me mad. Unlike previous visits, he cradled a small potted plant, its verdant life defying the stillness of the graveyard. This poor man, he's lost his entire family. Like, no siblings, parents dead, and everybody in his estate, like, hating him and treating him like he's evil. Like, my poor baby, I love you so bad. His gaze, fixed on the weathered headstone, spoke of a personal connection I could only observe.
急に逃げたんですよ。負担だったのかな。
Oh, he's talking about us to his parents. His dead parents. That's kind of cute. Either that or he's talking to us about the plant. But that's not as cute. So we're going to say he's talking to his dead parents about us. She fled the scene afterwards. I imagine she had reasons for doing so, though I didn't have the chance to inquire further. Edward's laughter, light and airy, was a gentle breeze against my sudden sunburnt cheeks. His friendly retelling of the incident, each detail chipping away at my composure, had me biting my lip like a scolded child. I could tell he was painting a portrait of my clumsy escape. Edward's mirth curdled into a whimper, his head dropping like a wilted flower. The light-hearted air blew away, replaced by the chilling dread that prickled my skin. Was he in some unseen agony? My blood turned as ice, as raw. A desperate scream shattered the silence, its echo bouncing off the tombstones like a tortured whisper.
お母さん、どうして私はこうなんですか？
Is this truly my path, Mother?
ど
To
うして
dance
私
with
は
despair while
こんなに
joy
苦しいので
whispers
すか？
just out of reach? No, it's not. Your path, I will save you, Pookie.
私も外に出たいです。自由に、ブランドンおじさんのように暮らしたかったんです。
I too want to explore, to be free, to be like Uncle Brandon.
そして、クララと一緒に。
And with Clara. He wants us. Like I said, let's just run away and travel everything. Like, who cares? Sell the dang house. Sell the dang house. And fire Olivia. That one's important. Fire her. The flower pot slipped from Edward's trembling fingers, crashing into the ground with a thunderous explosion of ceramic shards. The sound, amplified by the stillness of the night, resonated through his own body, echoing the shattering terror in his eyes. Edward's face drained of color like moonlight leached his blood. He began gathering the ceramic shards, each piece jagged, tear in his heart. His fingers trembling with desperate hope. He tried to fit them back together, even though the pot, like a shattered composure, was beyond repair. Girl, you better run over there and just give this man a hug. Because my poor baby. Like, I literally have tears in my face. My eyes. Not in my face. I mean, yeah. But I have tears in my eyes because this poor freaking baby. Like, I love him so bad. Moonlight glinted on the fallen fragments, each glittering tears as testament to the irreparable loss. A single sob escaped Edward's lips as he knelt beside the shattered pot, the plant now laid in devastation.
私は一体なぜ呪われたのですか？
Why? Why am I cursed with this burden? Suddenly, I felt my grip loosen. Edward snapped at the upright jarring sound, his gaze darting to the mess of cleaning tools in my ashened face. Tears clung to his cheeks. Before I could think, excuses tumbled from my lips. No, just give him a hug! Edward, I dreadfully apologize, but I left my cleaning implements here. My voice wobbled, the tremor betraying my composure, as I watched Edward stand stiff across from me. He scrubbed his wet face and smeared dirt darkening his cheeks like war paint. Before I could reach out, startled by the raw desperation in his eyes, he flinched away. He pushed my hands aside. Don't
大丈夫
bother. I'm alright. I am gonna bother. Come here, Pookie. But your cheeks. His steps often danced towards me, a fleeting promise of closeness, only to retreat into the shadows seconds later. His fickle waltz of nearness and distance wove and unwound, leaving me only tangled in confusion. Why are you confused? He just told you. You can't be stupid. You can't be stupid. You can run away, but you can't be stupid. Okay, he literally just said it's because he has this burden on him, and all he wants to do is be with you. And you're like, oh my gosh, he doesn't want to be close to me. Well, he's embarrassed. Duh. And he also doesn't know how you feel. So he's even more embarrassed. You get on my nerves. My voice rumbled low as I clamped his hand firmly in mine. Period. What do you really want from me? Girl, right now is not the time to be asking that. Edward blinked, startled, but the mask returned, a bitter smile tugging at the corners of his lips like a vine choked by thorns.
そうだねいつかは言わなきゃいけないから
The dam bursts, I suppose. Come with me,
ついてこい
Clara.
クララ
You deserve to
全部言っ
know.
てあげるよ
Oh my gosh, I'm scared. What do I deserve to know? Oh my gosh, I'm scared. Guys, I'm scared. The broken pot stood as a silent accusation, drawing his gaze like a moth to a flame. He pursed his lips, the gesture of the dam holding back a torrent of regret, anger, or something deeper before turning away. The silence was heavier than any spoken word. No, I'm bringing us to the bedroom. Sorry, I know that's not a good time, but still. The door clicked shut, Edward vanishing into the gloom without bothering with the candles. The darkness thickened, suffering. Suffering? Yeah, I mean, he is, but suffocating, pressed in from every corner. My shoulders slumped. I followed him, each step echoing like a cavernous silence as it settled across the table. Empty whiskey bottles stood guard between us. Did you drink alone?
おじと一緒に飲んだ
No, I drank with Uncle. Brandon is such a mess. He's like, come on, let's get drunk. Like, Edward's reply, laced with respect, trailed off as he shielded his eyes with a trembling hand. His gesture wasn't defiant, but a desperate bid to shield himself from the scrutiny he couldn't face. Silence settled like a thick fog rolling in, neither of us daring to pierce the tension with the first word. It was Edward, finally, who reached for the lifeline of the conversation, his voice hesitant as if he was walking on a tightrope.
この前も見たよね屋敷を出られないとこ
Remember that day, Clara, when the boundary became an impassable chasm? Is that what the curse does to you? Oh, is he cursed, like, confined to the house? Is that why he, like, almost died trying to leave that one day? Because I was so confused. My Pookie Bear, for real. I was upset, too, because I thought he was gonna die. Edward's answer wasn't spoken, but chiseled in the light lines of his smile. It wasn't a joyous curve, but a weary acceptance, a silent agreement that resonated deeper than any words. He shook the empty bottle, and hollow rattle confirming the silence, then sighed, pushing it aside.
酒の勢いでも借りたいのによりによって今はないね
A sip of liquid courage would have been nice, but sober it shall be, I suppose.
クララ僕はこの邸宅でしか住めないそれさえ母がくれた
What?
ネックレスの力がないとかなわない
Clara, this pendant from my mother is what keeps me here even today. Beyond the boundaries of this manor lies nothing but demise. He groaned, a guttural sound that scraped his throat, and then clamped his hands over his ears.
でも呪いを押さえつけておくには限界みたい
But tethering my life to this realm is all it does. Is there something more to it?
亡霊になったお母さんが一日も欠かさず僕をお墓に呼んでいるよ。
Yes, my mother's voice beckons me to her tomb day by day. The whispers get closer, stronger,
呪いは徐々に大きくなって
and the curse
邸
bleeds
宅にも影
through,
響を与え始める。
affecting the house itself. Final piece snapped into place, revealing a chilling tableau. The monstrous figure that stopped the manor mirroring Edward's own silhouette, the inexplicable knocks at the door, it all consoled to a horrifying truth. The curse, its tendrils reaching long and insidious, had woven a nightmarish reality.
呪いさえなければ、呪いさえなければ、僕も普通に暮らせたのに。
Her form still shimmers in the candlelight. It's a constant reminder of my sin, what the curse devoured. Maybe, just maybe, if things were different, I would have lived a normal life. Okay, but I'm confused.
こんなことを毎日考えたりした。
But this thought clings to me like a grip. Edward, please don't say that. This isn't your burden to bear alone.
どうして僕のせいじゃないの？僕は母を殺したし。
How is it not? My mother and father died because of me. What do you mean? Caged in the manor, Edward's future stretched before him like a barren wasteland. The pendant, a fragile thread of hope, held a key to his survival, but without it, his life would be cruelly cut short. And the gnawing suspicion that the curse had claimed his father, too, added another layer of unbearable despair to the weight of his imprisonment.
クララ、何か言いたいことがあるだろう。
Clara, do you recall the time I had a matter to discuss with you? I do.
お願いだよ。
To be honest, it was more of a favor. A tremor ran through Edward's hand as he reached for mine, but then, with a pained grimace, he pulled away. My outstretched fingers faltered, the echo of his withdrawal resonating in my own limbs. In the silent exchange, we understood the bittersweet truth. Clinging on might inflict a different kind of pain.
僕は君に会えて本当に嬉しかった。
I
君
was
の言葉に
very
希
happy to
望
get
を
to
得た。
know you. Your words gave me hope.
君と一緒に住めるなら、こんな地獄みたいな場所で住むのもよく思えてくる。
That living in this hellhole wouldn't be as bad as it had seemed if you were there for me.
けれど、
But the anxious thoughts of
ある時、
losing you to this curse, it
君さえ
carved a
も
hole
失
in
うん
my
じゃないか
chest
と
that
思っ
even
たんだ。
hope couldn't fill. The air crackled with anticipation as Edward lifted his head. The world around seemed to shrink, pushed back by sheer force of his unwavering will. It was a tangible energy radiating from him like the heat of the star.
クララ、ブランドおじさんはもうすぐ屋敷を出るだろう。
Clara, Brandon will be leaving the manor soon. Wait, Edward, that means...
君が望むなら、おじは君を後見人にしてくれるだろう。
He has offered to become your legal guardian if you wish. You're asking me to leave the manor? In the gilded cages of high society where reputation was currency and lineage a birthright, the notion of Brandon naming a mere servant as his heir was a scandal waiting to erupt. Yet the confidence with which Edward spoke of it, the unsettling ease in his voice hinted at a deeper game being played. My mind spun back to the unsettling dance of their actions. Brandon's inexplicable interest in Edward, a stark contrast to his indifference towards Robert's demise, the curious insistence on meeting me, a veil of forced friendliness masking a keen scrutiny of my every move, his sharp questions, probes into my past disguised as idle curiosity, and Edward, a phantom waltz instructor, spinning me in dizzying circles while murmuring reassurances that felt more like warnings. So you invited Brandon on purpose. Edward smiled. The dazzling sunbeam illuminated the truth that I hadn't dared to see. He cared, truly cared, more than I ever could have imagined. Yet the weight of his sacrifice, the sheer magnitude of his effort shattered my heart anew. It was a crushing paradox, a symphony of joy and anguish. My breath, shallow and erratic, reiterated the chaos within me. How could I embrace this gift, this enormous gesture of his affection, when my world felt like it was falling apart? I don't understand. I can't understand. Why would you do this to me? Because you were the only person who stood by me. Is he about to die? No, because I'll literally start boo-hooing. I'm not leaving. I refuse to leave. Until now, you've been the only light in this cold, decaying place. Because everybody treats him like he's evil. I don't think he's evil, but I am confused. A light so bright that knowing it burns somewhere in the world, even a star too distant to touch, will guide me forever. His lips trembled like leaves in a gale. Tears welled up in my eyes. How could I ever truly empathize with this man? His pain? Everyone I've ever loved withered here. Desperation glinted in Edward's eyes as a trembling hand reached for mine. He turned, pleading, even before a word was spoken. So please don't let that happen to you, Clara. But I want to stay because everybody treats him like trash and he deserves better. Oh my gosh. Wait, I actually get to choose. I don't want to go away from him. Hold on, I gotta save. Because what if it's the wrong choice, you know? I don't want to go. I want to stay with him. A string of tears pricked my eyes, but I met his gaze unflinching. No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here with you. Tears clung to my lashes, not of grief, but of defiance. The echo of vows, beside him at a funeral, beside him always, pulsed in my heart. His escape plan, a misplaced love, couldn't clip my spirit's wings. Pride and love soared within me, untamed by his decrees. He saw the storm in my eyes, a tempest refusing to bend, and worry etched lines on his brow. Clara, think of your family. Your family needs you. No, they don't. My family's safety is paramount, Edward, but so is yours. You could die just like my mother and father and the people I cared for. Everyone dies someday, so that's not gonna scare me away. To freak. Why are you so insistent on staying? Because I love you, stupid. His surprise mirrored the shattering of the social cage I had cast aside. With a voice that trembled, only with the force of my emotions, I confessed again, soaring beyond labels and expectations. I'm not going to let you die alone in this lonely manner. Because you love me? Yeah. So, don't send me away. Edward remained a shrouded figure, his stillness more eloquent than any rebuke. Each tick of the clock stretched into eternity, my screams suspended in the void between us. Shame burned through my cheeks, a harsh counterpoint to the tears I blinked back. Finally, a sigh escaped him, like a leaf caught in the breeze. Then cautiously he met my gaze. It's truly a golden opportunity, Clara. Are you sure about rejecting it? Leaving? Never. This curse is here, and so am I. I won't rest until I find a way to break it. And I'd do the same. Really? Really? Edward blinked, stunned in disbelief. Suppressing the impulse to grin at his bewildered expression, I crossed my arms over my chest, locking eyes with him, exuding a newfound confidence. So, how about an apology for attempting to show me the door? Because I would happily accept it now. As I spoke, the wall he'd built around his emotions crumbled. The tears he'd held captive for so long flowed freely.
ごめんね、クララ。
I'm sorry, Clara. Will you forgive me? His apologetic smile was all that I needed. Of course I'll forgive you, Pookie! Oh my gosh, so like, are we gonna get married? First thing I'm doing is firing Olivia. That would be the first thing I would do. I would have her imprisoned in the dungeon. That's what rich people have, right? Yeah. No, because she'd be making me mad. My man, my man, my man, my bubba baby. Anyway. Night.